I saw it's West Side Story. What I saw it's just a ride. What I saw it's West Side Story. What I saw it's just a ride. Amen.
All right, so it has been a while since I've seen you guys. I wanted to do an episode basically to fill you in on what has been happening. I have sold a lot of stuff since the last show, meaning that I am getting closer to my goal, which is to clear out my garage. And I just want to show you guys what I have left, and then I'll report some numbers for you guys. Okay, so basically my wife gave me this book to sell. I've seen these sell for like $20 on eBay, but I'm having a tough time selling it, so this will probably end up getting donated. If you remember, I had bought this. It's a Medilla breast pump, and I am struggling trying to sell this. Breast pumps are a bad deal to buy nowadays because hospitals give them away. Well, they don't give them away, but they let people have them for 9 months to a year when they leave the hospital. So I got this Never Mind the Bullocks Sex Pistols. I can't seem to sell this. I have this on eBay, and it's just not selling. I also have, well, I'm going to try to sell these things, I got this tennis racket, and I'm not sure if I bought this while I was on the show doing this. It might have been before the show, but I think I paid like $3 for it or something. So I never learned my lesson with tennis rackets. I always think that I can sell them, but having a tough time trying to sell it. These clamps. I got these clamps a while back ago, about 3 or 4 years ago, so definitely before the show. I never really tried to sell them, but they did sell on eBay. The guy never paid. So I'm going to have to relist these. Hopefully they will sell soon. I have that poster, the poster for, if you remember this, it's the Golden State Warriors poster. This is actually, I'm just giving it to a relative. It's not really going to sell on eBay. I have this antenna still. If you remember, I paid $1 for it. I'm having a hard time selling it. It just doesn't seem like anybody wants it. But I'll keep listing it until it sells, or I'll donate it. I got that Music Man from Taran. I probably get like $10 for it. I keep listing it. There's people that watch it, but no one bids, so eventually it'll sell. He also had a remote. There was a remote in his box that he gave me, and these sell for like $6, so it's going to be the same deal. Just keep listing it until it eventually sells. I have this remote control car. I was using it, and then it stopped working. So I should be able to sell it for like $20. That's what I'm going to try for. I just need to find a little bit more information on it. I still have all of these bats. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bats. Or 6 bats, actually. There's a wooden one that definitely won't sell. The rest of them, I should at least get $10 each, if that. I might sell them just as a bulk package as well. I also have these, there's 2 of these. They're kind of like bows, like prop bows. I thought for some reason when I bought them, this is well before the show, that they would be worth a ton of money, that I came along something great, and I don't think so. And we'll see if I can even sell them. And then last but not least, we got the cane, which I'm actually going to keep this because if my mother-in-law or my father-in-law end up using it, or my dad, or my stepmom, if they need it, I would have this for them. And I think it looks cool. It's stylish. So I'm definitely going to keep it just in case, or myself. Never know. So anyway, let me report some numbers to you guys so you can see what I've sold. All right. So like I said, a lot of stuff has sold. which I'm pretty happy about because a lot of it was just kind of leftovers. But the stuff that Taryn gave me was a big boost too. So let's get into this. The Sector 9 skateboard that I paid, I believe, $2 for it. I might have paid $3. I think it was $2. I ended up selling that for $30 on Facebook. I got this Epson printer long before the show. It was one of these Artisan 837s or something like that. Expensive printer. I didn't really need it anymore, so I ended up giving it to a friend of mine that needed a printer, but I kept the ink. There was some brand new ink with it, and I paid $5 for the printer, and I sold that ink for $17.50. So not bad. I kept that printer for what, 4 or 5 years? I would say 4 years, and used it like crazy. So I had a Garcia Conlin fishing pole that I bought before I started the show, and I paid $3 for it, and that sold for $26, and I sold that on Facebook. I also had some Black & Decker stuff. It was like a sawzall, a drill, and a skill saw. All of that stuff. I believe I did buy it brand new at one time. I can't remember what I paid for it. But the drill I bought at a garage sale for $5. So I ended up selling all of that stuff for $40 on Facebook. So there's a bunch of stuff that Taryn gave me. There's the Boss BR532 recorder that I sold for $40, and the AKG C1000S condenser mic, and I sold that for $62.10. Both of those I sold to a friend of mine, Tim, that is trying to start a studio at his house. So it worked out great. And then there was the Behringer mixer, the MX602A, that sold for $17.50. There was the Edirol UM2 MIDI interface, and I sold that for $26. There was the Behringer Virtualizer Pro effects rack, the DSP 2024P. That sold for $65, and the Roland PMA5, that sold for $91. So all of those sold. That was everything that Taryn gave me. The Apple keyboard, the one that I bought 2 of them for $3. One didn't work, so I just threw that away. There was the other one ended up selling for $22, and I sold that. I added a little mouse that I paid $1 for a while back ago. That was an Apple mouse. The Panasonic, there's a Panasonic battery for a Lumix camera that I had bought for my son a while back ago with a charger, and I ended up selling that for $6. I got a Netgear router that was a Model C6300. It's an Xfinity. It was like a modem router, and I paid $5 for it, and I used it for, I would say, maybe 3 years, maybe 2 years, and we dropped Xfinity, so I ended up selling that, and I sold that for $26.30. Those Nike shoes, the Zoom Airs that I paid $10 for, those sold for $27.99. There's a MacBook plug that I bought it's the model A1184, and I paid $1 for that. That sold for $10.50. I also got this huge box of Legos. It was 22 pounds worth. I paid $5 for it. I had a hard time selling it because there was cat pee on it, so I ended up just sitting it outside in soapy water for a while, and I sold that on Facebook for $50. There was the Canon EF 100 to 300 millimeter lens that I bought with a bunch of other stuff. That it was a camera with all this other stuff. I paid $50 for, which well made my money back on selling all the other stuff. That sold for $40. The the heel microphone that I got that, the HM10-5, I got that at the same garage sale as that Canon, and I think I paid like $2 for it or something. I can't even remember, but it was a small amount, and that sold for $26.03. There was the DeWalt laser that I bought. I got that for, it was the DW088, and I bought that for I bought it for, I thought I paid $25 for it. No, I bought it for $30. I sold it for $80 on Facebook, and I bought the DonJoy Classic Iceman, and that sold for, I paid $8 for it, and that sold for $20. I got that DeLonghi Espresso, it was the ECP 3420. I paid $25 for it, and it sold for $40 on Facebook. Not really the best, but hey, made a little bit of money on it. I got those Neumann headphones. They're the DJ headphones, and I paid $5 for them. They sold for $30 on eBay. I got this Roku streamer. It's a streaming stick. It's a purple one. It's an older one, so it's quite slow. I was gonna keep it, but just too slow. I paid $2 for it, and it ended up selling for $23.50. I got that long before the show. And I also, that Sony radio, the CFS 250, I paid $5 for it. It was not working right, so I ended up selling it for $20 on eBay. Here was a great one. This is probably the best one out of all of them. The Oakley sunglasses, the Model M. Not sure if you remember, I bought that with all that other stuff like the Bose speakers. Made a killing at that garage sale. But I paid $10 for those, and those sold for $124.50. I also bought that Swan SW ADS, the 450 PC security camera. It was missing the mount and everything. I paid $1 for it. It sold for $10. If you remember, I bought that RAV4 radio, the 2015. It wasn't working right, and it was having issues. So I paid $5 for it, and that sold for $80. And then the last thing I sold recently was the Denon headphones. They're AHD210s. I bought these for my son at a garage sale back about 2 years ago for $10. He used them for kindergarten and other classes. So I ended up selling those for $12.10. So not bad. They basically paid for themselves. So everything that I just talked about sold for $140, I bought it for $140, and I ended up selling all of it for $1,093.02. And so basically my profit off of all of that was $986.02. I'm pretty stoked on that, because a lot of that stuff was stuff that I was considering donating and just getting rid of it, but by putting it up on Facebook and eBay to sell it for cheap just to get rid of it, I was able to make money at it. So I'm happy. So anyway, I should have another show for you guys a few weeks. If stuff sells, I'll do a short episode, but I'm trying until this shelter in place is over, to where I can go out and start doing garage sales again. I just really don't have anything to update you guys on, but I do love doing this show, and make sure that you comment and like and let me know if you miss me. I miss me, but that would be great. So I will catch you guys on the next episode.
When I saw it's West Side Story, when I saw it's just alright.